What New York lacked in crowds, it made up for in hope. In the city that normally welcomes the world, this year the message was to stay away, as New York reflected on a year they would love to forget. The few invited were frontline workers, like Baldwin, who lost his twin brother to COVID-19. The pair had worked together, patrolling Times Square for 19 years. His brother died before their 50th birthday this summer.
I was in my house with my family, and I felt something. And I said, Calvin just died. They said, don't say that. And no more, 5 minutes later, the doctor called. I believe that if he would have survived the first wave and caught it the second wave, he probably would have survived it. Because the first wave, nobody didn't know how to treat it.
More than 25,000 New Yorkers who brought in 2020 lost their lives in the pandemic. Even without the safety concerns, there felt little reason to celebrate. The turning of this year was marked with grief and grace.
The crowd stretched for nearly 20 blocks here this time last year, but like almost everything, coronavirus has cast a shadow over Times Square. 2020 will be studied by scientists and historians in the years to come. But for the millions of New Yorkers who lived the pandemic, it will be defined by moments of personal loss and resilience.
For Calvin, who works as an emergency room doctor and lost his grandfather to COVID-19, carrying out tests for guests at Times Square feels like a break.
I've seen things that would give you nightmares for the rest of your life. What makes our experience unique here in New York City is that we went through the worst of the worst in March and April, but we also rebounded really quickly. And if people of the world can look to us right now, especially New Year's Eve, not just to see a ball drop, but also New Yorkers coming together and realizing with this small space we can work together to, make a world, more hopeful. And that's all I can want for 2021.
The stroke of midnight will not cure coronavirus. America is still battling a fierce second wave. But Donald Trump struck a victorious tone over vaccines, which are being rolled out woefully slowly.
In the face of great challenges this year, Americans showed incredible grit, strength, tenacity, and resolve. And together we achieved truly historic victories like nobody ever thought possible.
The crisis will long outlive the current administration. But with 2020 in the rearview mirror, there is a sense here of immense hope and relief. Sally Lockwood, Sky News, New York.